to Tracy's Sunday Challenge. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm just going to wait a couple of seconds to make sure I am live. If you're new here, my name's Tracy.bish. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Central Victoria, Australia, and I'm so happy to have you here today. So if you're here live, please pop on and say hello. Let me know where you're watching from if you're new, and welcome to this week's challenge. So I do have to apologise before we start getting into it. I was not able to go live last Thursday. I was on the phone to Qantas. Let's not talk about it. Hi Melinda, how are you? So happy you're here. So this week's challenge is Easter 3D. If you've been following me for any length of time, you know that I love 3D. I love fun little projects, and Easter time or any theme time is always great to create some little 3D projects. Now the ones that we're making today, or the one that we're making today, you could use as a little gift, as a table gift. So many different things you could use it for. Hi Priscilla, hi Marion, hi everyone, welcome. So happy that everyone's here. So let me show you what we're going to create today. It is super simple. It's so cute. It is a rabbit, and you can tell by the little bunny tail. But I will say my husband said it looks like a mouse. And now that I look at it, you know what it does? But we're going with a bunny rabbit for Easter. So it's cute. And it's got the big ears. So, you know, mice only have little ears, don't they? Anyway, so it's a little bit of punch art, and I know most of our punches have retired, especially some of the ones that we're using are circle punches, but you can use circle dies. We have plenty of different circle dies in our arsenal, and I'm sure a lot of people have punches as well, so I'm sure you'll find something that you can use while you're creating this one as well. So I've gone with Smoky Slate and Petal Pink. I thought these were good little rabbit colours, but you could choose anything you like. You could go with a darker grey, a brown, anything. So cute. Now we'll let you know that all the measurements are over my blog. It's not live just yet. It'll go live after we finish this video. So if you're after any of the dimensions or products that I've used, you can head over there and get the information. But it really is quite an easy little project. So I'm going to get rid of that. Now, if you would like to join in this week's challenge, I really hope that you will, because it's always a lot of fun to see what everyone creates. And I think little projects like this are really great little gifts. So the more ideas we have to give out to people, the more fun it is as well. Okay, so we're going to start with a piece of, and I've got a lot of different little scraps as well. But the first piece that we're going to need measures 6.5 by 1 3/4, and I'm going to bring my paper trimmer in. I'm actually sticking him that way so we might be able to see him a little bit better. So we're going to do a little bit of scoring to create the little box that our Easter egg's going to sit in. So we're going to score on the 6.5 inch side at 1 7/8. Pop that one in. 3 inches. 4 7/8, and 6 inches. And then if we turn him to the other side, this is the 1 3/4, we're going to score at 1 inch. There we have it. So I'm going to bring my bone folder in and just give a quick score on all those fold lines. And to be honest, I probably could have made my little box a little bit bigger, because the large Cadbury egg does stick out a little bit in it, but look, it was fine. Hi Glenda. It is a cute little project, absolutely. Okay, so we have one that's a little bit larger, so the 1 inch, and then we've got 3/4 down here. The 3/4 inch is going to be where we create our box. So I'm going to bring my paper snips in, and we're just going to cut up on each of those score lines up until that 1 inch mark. Now tell me guys, do you create little 3D projects, especially around these Easter times? And this little tab here, we're actually going to take off and miter just slightly, because that's going to be our tab to pop together. And then we have this cute little box idea. So I'm going to bring some tear and tape in. I did use, what was actually my old fast fuse. I still have a little bit of this left, and I did create that for my box, and it does pop open a little bit, so I'm going to use tear and tape with this one. Hi Judith, how are you? So I'm going to add a little bit of tear and tape along that tab. And I think this will probably keep it together a little bit better. Like I said, this box is a little bit small for the medium eggs, so that probably doesn't help making it want to come out a little bit, but it's fine. So just lining our edges up. And then we can pop the centers down, and I'm just going to add some tear and tape to the end. So these don't come completely over the top of each other. I'll show you like that. But if you just add some tear and tape along one side, pop it down, it will be secure enough. They're not heavy, so you don't need, well, the eggs aren't heavy, so you don't need a ton of support there. And I'm just going to use my bone folder to push down, and that just secures it, the tear and tape together. And there is our little box for our little bunny rabbit. Okay, so the next piece we have, and I've kept this really simple. You could run these through embossing folders to give it a little bit of extra dimension and texture, but I've kept it really quite simple. We have the bunny ears here. These measure 8 inches by 1 inch, and these are as simple as, you can either use your fingers to run alongside them, and that helps the curl, or you could use your bone folder, but don't do it too much. You don't want to break down that cardstock too much there. And I'm just going to secure the two ends together with some tear and tape. You could use liquid glue as well. Just means that you have to hang on to it for just a little bit of time, and I always get glue all over myself, so it's just as easy to use tear and tape. So we're just going to line our two ends together. Cute little ears. Now the punches that I'm using for all our little shapes, we have the oval, is it the, I've forgotten the name. This one here that has the two ovals. That one is a current punch right now, so that works well. I've also added the 1 inch and the 3/4 inch. Now I know with our layering circle dies, which I do have them somewhere here. That smallest of the circle is the 3/4, sorry, the 1 inch. But for the 3/4, maybe you could use a die from another set that's a little bit smaller. But you just use what you have. If you have a little bit bigger, make his eyes a little bit bigger. It's really up to you what you use. So we have our two ears. I'm going to bring in some more of the smoky slate, and I'm going to just punch out two of the large scallops. These are for the eyes, and for a lot of these things I have just grabbed scraps out of my drawer. So we have two eye features. We've also got petal pink, oops, that I'm using that smaller oval punch. There's not really any way around this. I could probably cut it down, but to save a bit of time, I'll just have an extra punch. So we have 2 eyes ready to go. With that petal pink, I'm going to use the 1 inch for the little nose. Actually, I think that's too big. Let's go 3/4. Can't remember what I did. Yeah, okay, so the 3/4 for his little nose, and the 3/4 we're also using for his eyeballs in basic black. So once again, great way of using all your scraps. And the 1 inch for basic white. Glenda says no, not now, her grandkids, too old. Yeah, fair enough. I think these are really great little gifts though for your friends. I don't know. It doesn't have to be just for kids. So we have all our punches ready to go for our face. Let's work on, let's work on the little tail. So let me show you that tail a little bit. How cute is that? So to create this one, I'm going to punch out both the 1 inch and the 3/4 inch in basic white. And I'm going to might do 3 of the 1 inch, and then the 3/4 inch I'm going to do 3 as well. And if you've been card making or crafting for any length of time, you've probably done this technique. So we used to do it with flowers a lot a few years ago, so you've more than likely done this. So I have my spritzer here. It just has water in, and I'm going to wet each of these circles. And then what we're going to do is we're going to scrunch up. And you really do need to add that water so you can really give it a good scrunch. Who remembers doing this with the flower punches? This creates such a good effect. And perfect for that bunny tail. Melinda said her little guy would love it, so would his nana. Perfect. Okay, so we have these all squished down. Now we're going to pull them apart. You want to make sure that you pull them apart before they go, before they dry. It does take a little while for it to dry, so you've got a bit of time. So I'm just pulling these out again. And then we are going to use a split pin. There is another name for them and I really can't think of what they're called. Stampin' Up have them in the catalogue right now. I don't actually have any of the Stampin' Up ones, but I have a full container. I have crafted for many, many years, so I've got lots of little different pieces, but I'm going to use a little white one. And I can't think of Brad's. Thank you, Glenda. Perfect, yeah. So a brad, and I'm also going to use my pokey tool, and I'm just going to pop a hole. And my mat was dirty, it had green on it, as you can see. I don't know how well that picks it up, but there's a little bit of green on my white cardstock. It won't matter though. So I'm just popping a hole in the centre of each one to pop our brad through. And we're just going to add all of them together. I have a really nice small brad to keep the bunny tail tiny. And then we can close it up at the back. And I've already made one of these previously, so I'd had time to dry before I popped it down. He's been sitting in a new mown grass. Great idea. I'll go with that. I really do need to clean my mat. It's one I use when I create anything with water. And then all we're going to do is each layer, we're going to scrunch back up again. Around that brad. So you're not really going to see that center of the brad. So like that. And you may have to add a little bit more water, depending on how pliable it is. It's not super pliable really to me at the moment, so let's add a little bit more water. And then all we're doing is just scrunching up each of those layers upon each other to create the little bunny tail. Anyone got anything exciting they're doing today? I have some videos to film, and then I've got to get out and do a little bit of gardening. I've got some new flowers the other night, and they're sitting in the wheelbarrow out there, and I've got to get them in the ground. So that's my plan for today. So I think this one is actually bigger than my last one. Let me show you the other one. So I think there's maybe one or two larger punches than what I've used on this other one. But all you need to do is just pop this in the sun or on your craft desk for a little while and let it dry, and it goes super hard, like it's really, really hard. So there we go, we have the bunny tail ready to go. So now we can start layering all our pieces together. I'm going to add some more tear and tape to the edge of our ears, and then they're going to sit inside that little box that we've created for the egg. So once you cut these things out, you could sit and watch a movie, watch a TV show while you're putting these together. And how cute would these look on your table at Christmas? You could even put people's names on them. So I'm just lining these in to the bottom of the box and gluing to the side. There we have it. And I'm going to grab my egg out now as well. Got to get these and use these before my husband eats them all. So it sits in just perfect, those Cadbury eggs. It does bend out a little bit, but I don't think it matters too much. You want to make sure that it's a little bit more secure than, I think if you made the box a little bit bigger, it would flip in and out a little bit. You could also add a glue dot to the bottom of your egg if you wanted to make sure that it is secured a little bit more inside. I think it sits in there quite well. Okay, so now we can start adding our features to the front. I'm going to glue these two pieces together, and I'm just going to use some liquid adhesive for that one. So many different ideas or colours you could use. You could make a white bunny. I think a white bunny would look super cute as well. You go with a basic grey. Make him a little bit darker. And then to add the eyes, what we're going to do is I'm going to add some dimensionals to it, and that will pop his little eyeballs up a little. And what we're going to do is we're going to add them sort of to the ends. So we've got like the crescent moon of the white. Hopefully that makes sense. And this gives them character. If you just popped him straight in the middle, I think they look creepy. So you want to give them, you know, that little bit of a character feel to them. And I'm also going to add some more dimensionals to the back. You don't have to add as many. And I'm going to add to the bottom. This is actually something that I created, I think a couple of years ago, something very similar, a little bit different, but very similar. And we have the nose. Now for the whiskers, I have a piece of just cardstock. It does measure, how much? 4 inches, and I'm going to cut it at 1/8 of an inch. And we need 3 of them. So just quickly, so we have our little whiskers ready to go. And to secure those, we're going to pop them on the back of the nose. And I think I'll use tear and tape for that one. Hopefully that'll be enough. Hi Carolyn, how are you? Judith's trimming her dog, and Carolyn's off to her 70th birthday in Moema. Oh, nice. How different is the weather? We've gone straight into almost winter. Considering last week I was out doing gardening and I think I got burnt. So we're just layering these 3 over each other to create our little whiskers. And I am going to have to add a little bit of tear and tape over the top to secure them. That's a good placement. This will secure it down. And I am going to add dimensionals to this one just to pop it up a little as well. And I think I might put 2 down because of that extra. Yeah, there we go. All right, so let's get our placement. I've used a different punch. I grabbed a different punch. So I think this one's actually 1/2 inch. It's okay. It'll still look cute. Are you guys like me and have like all your punches that you've ever bought? I have all the punches, I think. Don't think I've ever gotten rid of one. So his eyes are way bigger this way. You know what? I'm going to take that off. And we'll grab that 1/2 inch. So 1 inch, 1/2 inch for the punches. He has way big features. Oh. There we go. So the white piece is actually still bigger than this one. So 1/2 inch and 1 inch, and then the oval punches. So this one looks a little different, but that's okay. And then let's pop that bunny tail. Now for the bunny tail, because we have those brad pieces on the back, I'm going to use my mini glue dots. This will secure it down really well. And I'm gonna add a few just to make sure that it stays on. 2 should be enough. I'll take my egg out for a minute. Pop him down. And I'll have a little bit of a dimensional sticking out over the top, so that helps secure that egg in a little bit as well. So cute. One has bigger eyes than the other. I love it. It is so gorgeous. So please yourself what you have in your stash to what you use, but like you can see, it has the same desire, but super cute. I hope you've enjoyed today's little tutorial. I do have all my measurements over on my blog, and I think I'll have to go back over and check to make sure that I've changed, that I have the right punches down, but I think I had the wrong punches down, which will end up making something like this. Mum and Dad bunny, absolutely. That's a great idea, Marion. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, yeah. Judith just said, give a class the same kit and they would come out differently. Absolutely, and it's the eyes. It's where you put the eyes. So I highly recommend having a look at your placement of eyes before you put them down, because they can look creepy if in some positions. So you want to make them look a little bit goofy so they look cute. All right, everyone, thank you so much for popping in and joining me today. I hope that you've enjoyed this one. I hope that you'll come and join in this week's challenge. Anything 3D for Easter. And yeah, there's plenty of different things out there that you could create. You could create one of these and just make it different, different colours. And yeah, we can see how those turn out. All right, everyone, have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I will be back next Thursday for a live at 5 p.m, so hopefully you can come back and join me for that. And I'll see you all soon. If you're in need of any of the supplies that I've used today, you can purchase them in my online store. I have a new host code for this month, so if you are interested. And don't forget, I also have that Easter class available. And just looking for it. I'm not sure where I've put it. But while you're here, let me show you the annual catalogue. I can show you the front cover. Received it this week. So cool. Absolutely love this catalogue. It's got some great products in it. And I'm attending on stage next week, and I was also able to receive one of the new stamp sets that's in the new annual catalogues. This one's Good Feelings. Perfect with sentiments. I love nice, big, bright sentiments. So really happy with receiving this one. So a little bit of a sneak peek of the new catalogue and some of the products that are in it. All right, everyone, have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you all really soon. Bye-bye.